For more on that, we're joined in the studio now by Rise News business producer Lucy Bishop. 26% of board members still women. That's 1 in 4. Lucy, good?
Well, it doesn't sound that great, does it? And I think that there are some positives to be had. I mean, in 2011, the figure was only 12.5%, and now a new report's come out that said there are no more all-male boards on the FTSE 100. But there are still problems. Like 260 of the 286 board directors, women board directors, are non-executive directors, which means they don't actually have much involvement in the day-to-day running of the companies.
So what's the point?
Exactly. It's more sort of policy-making decisions and looking after the interests of the shareholders. And also, the figures have been slightly manipulated because a lot of these non-executive directors, the female ones, serve on multiple boards. So the figure is actually around 17%.
So the thrust forward is to get them hands-on then?
Exactly, to get them much more involved in the companies. I mean, and this target was actually a voluntary target that was introduced a few years ago, and I think the government's battling to try and increase the number of women on FTSE 350 companies as well. But I don't think, and there's been a lot of talk, especially about quotas, and I think that's quite a dangerous way to go, because I think quotas, people should be appointed on merit and not. And if you have quotas just to fill spaces, that could be a problem.
So I mean, there are supposed to be more government equality boosting measures next year. What can we really expect from that, though?
Well, I think these measures could actually make a big difference. There's a part of the Equality Act, which was proposed by Labour in 2010. It's actually blocked by the Conservatives, but they've done a U-turn on it now. And there's one of the proposals is for larger companies, they'll have to publish the amount they award in bonuses to both men and women to try and sort of close the gender pay gap. And there'll be financial penalties if they don't. So
no one's talking just now about legally enforced quotas?
No, there's no legally enforced quotas at the moment, and it doesn't look like there'll be. These new measures will come in at the beginning of next year, hopefully, but there's nothing in them about any legally enforceable quotas, no.
And research showing that women who succeed are more disliked?
I think there's definitely a problem with that. I think the way women have... I obviously don't want to generalise, but women tend to have sort of a different managerial style. They're better at what are called termed soft skills, which are sort of interpersonal skills. But I think that's one of the problems that women face in breaking the glass ceiling, is that there's lots of gender stereotypes about how women and men should behave in offices.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for all of that.